Let's do this.
Hi, I'm Becky Vanell, and I am with Bouquet Haven, which is an interior design, purpose-driven company in Grand Rapids in West Michigan. And we love to create homes full of intention, mission, and connection. And today we are bringing you another episode of Meaningful Mission Moment. So I have Scott here from Community Action House, just so you guys can learn more about what their mission is and how you can bring it home. So thank you, Scott, for being here.
Thanks, Becky. So glad to be here, and I appreciate the chance to share a little bit more about what we do.
Yeah. So tell us, what does Community Action House do? I know it does a lot, so it's going to be great though, and then how it started as well.
Community Action House is a 52-year-old frontline human services organization that was founded to welcome, serve, and partner with our neighbors in need. So to put it simply, when folks are struggling, when the numbers don't add up, when they're faced with impossible choices between do I buy food, do I fuel my car to get to work, do I pay that medical bill for my child, do I stay housed, do I keep the utilities on? It's our team that works with them. And so our teams work with people on homeless to housed pathways, working with some of our most marginalized neighbors on the street, through our work at the community kitchen or region's only soup kitchen, or through Refresh, a drop-in homeless shower, a mail and case management program that celebrates housing journeys at the end of the day, or through kind of hungry to hope-filled and healthy journeys here at our food club and opportunity hub. So we have a number of different programs, but what I find most compelling is it's how people are seen, valued, and respected in their time of crisis. The fact that we offer welcoming, efficient, but essential services, but it doesn't stop there. It's a community connection, it's a relationship, and there always is a goal about how we can move forward together.
Yeah, very cool. And I loved when you told me about the program of going onto the street. So not even just expecting people to come here and find you, but really going out and searching for them.
Absolutely. That's our outreach team. That is the one team here on the Lakeshore that covers all of Ottawa County, that does what we call whatever it takes case management. And so that team of several staff members, they have a vehicle and they work with community policing, they work with other partners, but we know where the camps are. We know people park overnight, where they're staying, and we show up in the evenings. We work with people on getting on the list for housing, performing housing search with them, helping them with applications, working on other pathways so that they can get in line for some of the units that are really hard to come by. But we keep showing up. We keep offering helpful, essential services while we're in that wait for housing.
Yeah.
And that is a horrible experience for far too many people, but our team is still there so that people know that they are valuable, that they are cared for, and that we won't give up, even if they feel like they want to give up on themselves.
Very cool. And so tell me then, what is one of those stories that you've come across? I'm sure there are so many, but what is one of your favorite stories of how you've really impacted the community?
Well, I'd like to, I can think of several, but maybe I'll tell two. But the first one, let's just call her Becky.
Thanks.
As I was saying, I'd like to talk about Becky, who 2 years ago was referred to our team by some folks that we know in the community. And it turns out that Becky had become homeless. She had lost her home through the adding on of debt over time. Wasn't able to meet all her bills, and ended up sleeping on the couch of family and friends, moving place to place, but really needed to figure out how to get her financial house in order. She came and started working with somebody on our financial wellness team, who is also a certified housing counselor, to work on those challenges. She came from homeless and outreach to our financial wellness team to say, how do I solve for this? I have medical debt, I have this debt, I have credit card debt, I only earn this much.
Yeah.
Here are my
Doesn't
expenses.
add up.
Absolutely. And so what we were able to do is to focus on what's the next proximate objective? What can we do together? And she set the goal well, my landlord, I found a place, but they wouldn't rent to me. I could have afforded it because of my credit. So let's build that. So we worked with her on building credit and managing budget, and on setting plans to how to grow income, how to constrain expenses, and also what it looks like to take out and pay back, to manage debt load and to build that credit. And after 2 years of work, first we were able to find and match with a rental house or apartment where she was able to build her own stability at home again after a time with our team. But then she kept working with us every month. And just last month, she was working with Tabitha, one of our financial wellness specialists, and they pulled credit, and it was $630. And she
That's
actually
awesome.
screamed with joy. Now, that's not an excellent credit score, but it is a
But
credit
it's
score that will allow you to
better.
rent.
Yeah.
And it will allow you to do a lot of things. And that was a long journey for her to build by 130 points.
Mm-hmm.
And she had to sort out a lot of difficult debt challenges along the way. And she did it in partnership with our team. And that scream of joy also came with a now what might be possible. And so started talking to Tabitha about some of our home ownership programs. She is working stably. She is stably renting. She has seen this credit score build, and she's thinking with that future mindset of what's next?
Mm-hmm.
What do we do? And at the same time, what Becky did to start controlling her expenses so she could start saving a little more towards next year is she enrolled in our food club program. To stretch her food budget, she gets lower cost access to healthy food essentials, is able to save money on her food budget, eat well with her family, but at the same time, start building up the savings because her goal is now, I think my credit score, if it moves up another 20 points, I can qualify if I have a savings account, $1,000, for some down payment assistant match programs.
Mm-hmm.
And I might be able to step into a home ownership pathway. And our team over the last several years has qualified dozens of families, dozens of people like that for low income home ownership journey pathways. And that is, I think, a magical story. That's 2 years of work and it is still ongoing, but it is somebody dreaming again and hoping again from a place of despair.
Yeah.
So I would highlight that story as a long-term journey. And that is one human and one person. And I would note that last year we served well over 8,000 different neighbors.
Wow, that's great to hear. So awesome. So I'm sure there's going to be tons of people that are really involved in getting involved in the Community Action House. How are the many different ways? I know I've served a couple different ways with my previous employer, but how can people get involved?
Absolutely. So, our biggest program that operates right now is where we're sitting. This is our food club and opportunity hub. Every single day, 6 days a week, we'll have over 130 families calling us for healthy food access, for food that they need but just otherwise can't afford. Mm-hmm. And this takes about 80 to 90 different volunteers every single week, just to switch the lights on, to stock the shelves, to make sure people are greeted with a smile and a welcome and helped out in their time of need. So volunteer with us here at Food Club. It's an amazing community resource, whether it's sorting food or stocking shelves or just greeting neighbors. We need folks here. Another way for folks to consider is to note that, yes, we are serving thousands of folks, but we are community funded and community powered through volunteer labor, but also monthly donors. So for folks that would consider joining, it's about $60 a month to support a whole family through this program. They'll be able to take home $300 to $400 worth of healthy groceries. We need to fundraise for about $60 to make it happen. We have 6 to 7 first-time ever families finding us every day of the week, and we don't know where those numbers stop with inflationary challenges that are stressing so many budgets. So sign up as a monthly donor, consider a portion of that 60 or maybe 60 a month if you're in a position to do it. And then, of course, we have a resale store, which if people shop there or donate couches, it's a magical place where used furniture or clothing is converted into community service and impact. So shop at our resale store.
And part of this meaningful mission moment is trying to figure out how can we help you bring in Community Action House into your own home, so that way you can continue telling the story. And so I did a lot of brainstorming, worked with you, I know, also on the whole mission behind Community Action House and just bringing people to the table. Come gather around our table and let us help. And so one of the ideas I had is heading to the resale store, which is by, you said, Holland Hospital.
Yeah,
right?
it's just south of Holland Hospital on Michigan Avenue. For those who are local, Constantita, best guacamole in town, I would say. But yeah, we're right there, and you can't miss us. And it is a big part of our work, just south of Holland Hospital on Michigan Avenue.
Very cool. So head there, get a dining room table. Right, it's all about coming around, being a welcoming place. Get a dining room table, or even a coffee table for your living room. And it's all about coming around that table. Then I would go to a local artist that has a laser cutter, cut in on a piece of black metal the Community Action House logo. It's just a very simple house, but it has so much meaning behind it. Have that inlaid into the middle of this table, and then glaze it over, and now you have this beautiful like communication piece right in the middle of your dining room, right in the middle of your living room, and you get to continue the story of Community Action House, bringing people maybe to their bigger purpose along with yours.
And I like that because it's an expression of who we are, and we often reflect as an agency on this, like, so many big things happen around the table. You know, not just meals, stories, successes are shared, shouts of joy around the table.
Right.
Challenges, tears around the table. It's where we come together. It's where life happens, where decisions are made, where things are processed. And we believe in an ever-expanding community table where there is room for everybody, regardless of experience, regardless of challenge, regardless of perspective. An ever-growing community table where there's room for all to have what they need to thrive. And so I think that's a special thing for us all to reflect on. Simple house, room for all, homes for all, healthy food for all, and opportunity for all.
And I don't think I can end it on a better note than that. So thank you so much, Scott, for helping us understand Community Action House and how we can bring it home.
I appreciate it, Becky.
Thank you.
Yes.